Hello. Hello, and welcome everyone to Back and Forth with Jaime and Gerald. And Aimee, Mystic Rose Tarot, is here. Hello, Aimee. Thank you. And just for those of you who are watching, if you ever want to be able to ask Jaime and Gerald questions, you do so by sending me an email. Because Aimee was talking about it. She's like, I want in on this fun. And I'm like, brilliant. So, and Jaime, you, I'm imagining, have coffee?
I do. I have salty siren with sweet cream.
Oh, my goodness. Sounds fancy AF.
Well, duh. Hello.
Okay. Aimee, what are you having to drink?
Good old H2O.
Isn't that wonderful?
Can never get enough of it, unfortunately.
Yes. Do you know actually how much water you drink a day? Is that something you track?
I actually do. When it's warmer, obviously more. So this is 17 ounces.
Uh-huh.
So I have 17 ounce and then I have a 32 ounce. Those are the two with restroom breaks throughout the day. And then when I come home, I've been doing a lot of watermelon to just kind of supplement the amount of water. So I'm not drinking so much of this. And watermelon has electrolytes, which is good because when it's hot, you're sweating and all that replenishes it.
Yes.
So yeah, 32, 17, 49 ounces and watermelon.
Wow.
So that should be good enough for me.
I'm usually drinking between 5 and 6 quarts of water a day. That being said, this is for entertainment purposes only, blah, blah, blah. I worked up to that amount.
Okay.
And my body, that's normal because when I was actually in bed all day on Sunday, and I think I only got 3 quarts in, and I could tell on Monday.
Yeah.
Because, it's one of those things. And coffee does not count as water.
I'm just going to sit back here and sip my coffee because you and your water drinkers.
It's okay. It's
Cheers.
Yeah, there you go.
I've had 16.9 ounces of water today. Of water. I have had water.
Okay.
But 3 of these.
Wow. You're on the roll.
No judgment on the coffee, man. And everybody knows I've been doing the mushroom infused coffee.
Yeah.
With it's actually it's good for your gut.
Okay.
And it's also good, like what is it? Lion's mane is really good for like attention and stuff like that. So I will drink that as well.
Are you noticing difference?
I am. Thank you.
In the brain? Because those two are actually connected.
Yep. Yeah.
So
I mean, and I don't do it all the time, but I do have to remember. I think Jaime noticed this is because I like made a really good. I like my coffee strong, and so I made it really strong. And I was like going woo! It was really late at night. It was it's just like we're going out to the bar, we're going dancing, woo! Good. All right, not that strong and not that late.
I was like, put the brakes on, bud.
Yeah,
bring it in a little.
Yeah,
I'd love to see a caffeinated version of of you two on YouTube. Just maybe slightly over. Yeah, Jaime. Gerald, yeah.
Stay tuned, everybody. Let's say hi to some people. Jackie's Crystal Moon is here. Hello. Cosmic Orphan is here. That's Stephen.
Hi,
And,
Stephen.
you know, Stephen is one of the best chatters, you know. Spiritual Rain is here. Hello.
Hello.
And, yeah, T-minus TarotStache. I'm just getting caught up if I've missed people. Oh, I am overthinking it. Meruta is how I'm pronouncing it. I'm closer. Jeffrey and I were actually, if you're thinking about that, she sent me how to say her name appropriately because it's important for me to pronounce people's names correctly. And Jeffrey has it. Of course, he has it. So
Meruta.
it's like, yeah, Meruta. So, okay.
I'm waiting for you to get to Regina's
I
comment.
know. I'm just like,
oh God. Beth is here. Hi, Aimee. Good to see you.
Hi, Beth.
Okay, now I'm like rushing. I'm trying to. Hershey is here. Hello, Hershey.
Hi.
Emerald Buddha is here. Thomas, Tarot Your Way is here.
Thomas.
Oh my, where's Dame Darcy when you need her?
Right.
Plucky Heroine, hello. I have probably missed some people. My apologies. Julie Kushia Watts is work lurking.
Hi,
And just so
Julie.
that everybody knows, is it 2 weeks on July 11th, Julie Kushia Watts is going to be here. And for a book casual, we are talking about the Real Sky Astrology Workbook here. So there you go. Everybody already likes and subscribed. That's cool. I'm just going through. That's a moonshine jar.
It does, yeah.
It did have moonshine. There's a story about that. Tune in. We'll tell you about it later. Somebody on radio in Ireland recently said water from coffee, tea, fruit, etc. count.
Yeah, it does, but I'm letting Gerald have it. It's okay.
Point.
Ooh, okay. Ice cubes gets my water. Okay. Try to get 2 quarts of water in my day. Well water is a little sweet for me. Okay.
You have to use the restrooms soon because we're talking about water so much.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. What am I coming to? Has Gerald already released the virgins?
No.
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Can you
This
fill
world
me
is
in
not
on
an
that?
appropriate place for go ahead, virgins, go have a good time. It's okay. I released the virgins.
Are they going to come out Saturday?
They could. I mean, because true, I'm going to be with Aimee doing late readings on her channel at like 10:30 Eastern. It'll be fun.
I'm really busting up laughing here.
Beth always calls me on my shit, man. It's just not right.
What did I do? Who called you on your shit?
Beth.
Oh, well, good. I like that, Beth. White Wolf Mother, hello. You're not late. You're here exactly when you should be. Boundaries is here. Hi, Boundaries.
Hi.
The first syllable is an ah, not an a, but you're rolling your R wonderfully. So it's Maruta. So I'm working it. And thank you for your patience. I'll stop talking about it. When it's 3 a.m. and you're waxing the ceiling, it's probably too much caffeine.
What? I disagree. That's ridiculous.
We got better things.
Well, yeah, but if you're waxing the ceiling without needing a ladder, then it's too much.
Fair.
You're on your broom, right?
So,
excuse me.
patronizing and humble response.
Yeah, right.
Oh, here's the new mom-in-law.
I know,
Debbie
some
Mary's
pretty
out.
pictures. You look beautiful.
Congratulations.
Yes, her son got married and she got an incredible daughter-in-law, and
Oh,
everyone looked amazing. You could tell how happy they were. It was completely awesome.
It was beautiful.
Completely
yay.
awesome. Aimee needs a tissue from giggling. I cry when I laugh too. Well, there you go. Evelyn is here. Hi, Evelyn.
Hello,
Good to see
Evelyn.
you. Pierrette is here. And Peter J. Watts is here. Hello, Peter.
Hello.
Good to see you. And I need that workbook. Where can I get one?
Hi, Peter.
You can buy it from what's Julie, can you put in your website?
Yeah, because I'm not hooked up to the thing to put a site in, but it's newmoontradingcompany.com, tradingco.com, newmoontradingco.com, and it'll take you to the Lulu link. That much I do know.
I'm looking at the comments too.
I'm like going, reading, not safe for some, is here. Oh, that was yeah, it was okay.
Okay.
And anyhow,
Is this getting beyond R-rated or something?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Oh, here you go, Spiritual Rain for the win.
Thank
Thank you. Tell them Gerald sent you. And then we have, look, New Moon.
What? You're the only one sitting here?
Tell them Jaime sent you. Don't even mention me. Take me out of this. Take my tiny hands out of this.
Your tiny hands.
Oh, look, and you know, this
Everyone's on it. Buy
good.
it, buy it, buy it.
Yes.
No.
So, I'm going to tell them Jaime sent me. Yes. And everybody
got you
knows.
covered, Jaime.
Yeah.
Know your limits. Purchase responsibly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I've said this before. Has nothing to do with what we're doing today, but I think that Julie Kusha-Watts is pretty damn amazing, and her brain is pretty phenomenal. So it's always good to learn something new every day.
Yeah.
And I learn something new every day from her. So
yeah,
it's pretty rad.
Expand the mind.
Yes,
Go
ma'am.
beyond the norm.
And
Challenge
sometimes
yourself.
expanding the mind is uncomfortable. That's when you know you're doing it properly, because it's like, wait a minute.
Oh yeah. So this is effed up, okay? I'm just telling you. Right now. I'm just telling you. But it's good.
It's good.
It's very good.
I love your thinking, Jaime.
Yes. So we are here for back and forth with Jaime and Gerald, and Aimee is asking us the questions. Boundaries, we are not doing any personal readings. You can like and subscribe and follow. We'll be doing other readings. So you should live in the same house for her for 37 years. Well, Peter, you better up your game, dude.
I wish I had 37 years with her, man. I don't.
You got the book instead and the cards.
I wish.
Yeah. Sometimes expanding the mind hurts. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. She was like every day.
Every day.
So Aimee's going to ask us questions. I am keeping track. I have my marker ready. I am not endorsed by Sharpie. Oh, you know what? Here. We're going to use a crayon today to keep track of the words.
That's right. Alex, I'll take worthless trivia for 1,000, please.
Okay.
There you go. And
you take your crayon, I'll take my dry eraser because I write on my computer.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I learn things every day from my Dream Jeopardy category. Alex, I'll take worthless trivia for 1,000.
Yes. And Peter, he's already missed one, and I'm not going to point it out to him.
I just want to be very clear that the best chatters know. So the best chatters will tell me. So I'm putting one down.
Point it out.
There you go.
Okay. So,
all right, you're up.
Listening to you two and the way you have communicated. First off, this is going to lead me to the question. When did you guys first meet? okay, I know this has probably been asked. When did you
Doesn't matter.
meet online, and when did you decide to do the Q&A? Ask you anything.
I can answer that, but you
Go
can.
for it.
It's your channel.
And no, go ahead, because Cosmic Orphan wanted to know what flavor is the crayon,
Oh, God.
and I think it's blue. It's not a flavor, but it's blue. It can be
It
blue.
could be blueberry. You
Yeah.
never know.
There you go. Go for it, Jamie.
About 3 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
And several lifetimes ago.
Mhm.
So it's a double answer.
Okay.
And it was after, I think it was after we did a past life reading and stuff. I think that's how it happened.
Well, we got the Artistry of Tarot. Mendy was
Mendy.
doing a
Her
live,
fault.
and she was just asking for people to join her. And Jamie and I were both available, and we joined her. And it was like, I met Jamie, and I was like, I know you. I know
Wow.
you. And soon after that, we did Working Towards Well-Being. And then, we were chatting back and forth, and I was just like going, she's the kind of person who, and I did this back in high school and college, you'd write friends weird questions and you'd send them off. And so I created a list of let's get to know you.
Oh.
Let's get to know each other. And so I sent her those questions.
Wow.
And then I sent her blank cards. And I have the same ones. And so I was just like going, it'd be fun for us just to get to know each other, and people can join us online.
In this lifetime.
And we have had at least one significant past life together. And we had a reading done with that. And
so, Jamie, would you say you were the first one, or was it Gerald to say, this question goes to both of you, I know you from another time?
I think we both said it pretty much at the same time.
It was agreed upon.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something, I can't remember what it was. There was something in the live with Mendy. I don't even remember what it was. All that stuff is gone now, so I can't go look, but there was something, and then we just kind of looked at each other like,
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's almost like finishing each other's sentences, but it was having the conversation without having to say it out loud.
Yeah. Because you knew it already between the two of you.
Yep.
Some people may know this already, some don't. And I know you're still questioning your sign, Gerald, but what are your signs? Sun, moon, and rising. I know.
Western astrology.
Okay, I'm gonna cuss. That's a dick move, Aimee. That's just a dick move.
Aimee, don't leave. Don't be mad.
No, you don't have to answer it, Jamie.
This is her trauma. This is,
This is my trauma.
You can go with the Julia Cuccio Watts version or the Western.
Was that a snort? Did I hear a snort, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was a Taurus. It's a lie. Okay. So my sun is Aries. My oh hell's bells. My ascending is Virgo, if that's what you asked.
Yeah.
Where the hell is my moon? That's a damn good question. Go ahead, Gerald, if you want to poke your nose in here.
Snort count is at 2, Regina. 2. Just saying. There you go. And Rain has got you. So Western. Go ahead.
Capricorn.
Cappy.
My moon. There we go.
Capricorn.
Sorry.
All right. And Gerald.
I love it.
That you said. Oh, I'm sorry.
So said, OMG, remember when I said mine?
Yeah, I know.
I'm all about that.
I have to give Aimee crap, otherwise she's not gonna feel like family, right?
That's okay. I'm an only kid, by the way, so you know, we got to stand up for ourselves as only kids here.
There you go. I'm truly ready for the snorts. I was a Scorpio, Cancer, and in real sky, I am a Libra,
Libra.
Gemini.
Okay, yeah, you just go back a sign, Gemini.
And it's the Libra and the Virgo. I'm on the cusp. It's one of those.
Okay.
It's really interesting. And Julie is going to love my chart. Just going to love it. So.
Excellent. The reason why I'm asking this is now knowing where you feel comfortable with those signs and knowing some of the characteristics. Do you feel that could be why there's the attraction? Because actually Aries and Libra, they're opposing signs. They work together because of their differences. So
I don't know anything about Libra, Gemini, and Gemini because this is new for me. Because as a Scorpio, Cancer, I was all self-centered and secretive, and I only wanted to know about myself. I didn't care about anybody else. But
Such a fucking lie.
That's a snort. But
I'm loving my siblings right now.
I actually it makes sense to me that we're opposing signs because we approach things from the same vantage point, but different points of that vantage point.
Correct.
So it's like, okay, we're saying that's the fourth snort. Okay. I mean, the best chatters are winning. I mean, I'm going to leave it to them. So, okay.
Is there a world record or something for the snorts
it could be today, Aimee. You could be the winner.
Oh God.
No, I'm just watching myself blow Aimee's mind with my mouth.
So. Okay, so we obviously have a commonality of energy between the two of you. Okay. And so what in the time since you first got connected via the internet here, you've learned from each other? What have you learned? What have you felt you may have changed possibly or gained from spending time?
Well, so outside of all of this, I mean, people don't know, how much or what we do or anything like that, right? But I've gained a lifetime friend, and I know, and he won't like any of this, and I don't really care, but I know and have learned that the way his brain works, I'm going to answer part of what you stated before. Okay. The reason our brains work so well is that we both see color, but we see color in different ways that complement one another. Okay. And he is the absolute master of disaster when it comes to artistically seeing something come together that a normal person would not. I have a friend that she passed away, but she would wear the most awful prints, just awful, horrid. You would think, oh, hideous. But you put them on her and she looked like $1 million. You put them on me and I looked like I went to Goodwill. Do you know what I'm saying? So Gerald's brain, which is what I have come to appreciate. Number one, he can talk me out of a tree, which sometimes in what I do works and is needed. And creatively, it is amazing to watch him make the things happen that the rest of us plebes are like, how in the hell did you do that? Yeah. How did you do that?
You like to, I think, Gerald, you like to take chaos, like, and then just you see something in it.
I do.
And I'm surprised you don't have some Aquarius in you. But anyhow, you see things from a different point of view, and you're like, no, I see this, and watch what I'm going to do with it.
Mhm.
And so you take the fabric and you
He
get
does that with every part of his life, practically. Yeah.
you piece things. Things are fragmented, and it's like you're doing your own problem solving with things that other people would think is a problem, and they just don't want to deal with it because you
Yeah,
do.
I do need a launching point. I am a
Mhm.
person I'm an artist. I need boundaries so that I know how close to get to those boundaries
Mhm.
and when to break them.
Okay.
Yeah, because you'll burn the sun if you don't.
What was that?
You'll burn the sun if you don't.
Well, and so it's like, because I'm looking at fabric for this quilt that I'm working on for Jaimee, and I need something down, and I'm like, going, oh, okay, I see it. And Jaime's like, what are you talking about? How does that work? And I'm like, trust me, it's going to be fine.
Yeah, I can see the individual pieces, but he sees the complete piece.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're just ridiculous.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Beth, see? Yeah, come down the road, will ya? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She says, holy moly, I just did my real sky
Yeah.
astrology and I'm a Leo double Sagittarius, #identity crisis. No shit.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Jaimee, how lucky to have a Gerald quilt. They're beautiful and full. She ain't got it yet, but she's gonna get it. She's gonna get it. I have to.
But it's not just one.
Not just one. Hashtag overachiever. So, but yeah.
Well,
So
that'll probably be the biggest one that you've made.
So far, yeah. Because
Okay.
it's of a spiritual place for me. So
Okay.
Okay, so what have I learned from Jaimee?
Yes.
not a fucking thing.
He's like, stop saying that.
Yeah, stop saying that. Do not make me get my tiny hands out and slap you.
Please do. I want to see that.
Oh no. She won't do that.
Okay.
I think what I've learned is how to be okay with. Oh, this is interesting. Now I'm thinking about it, because I thought about it, but now it relates to what she's saying. How to appreciate the parts of things. Because we did a deep dive into the Spirit Keepers Tarot, and we read the big book.
We did.
And we read the big book, and there's beautiful bits and pieces of things. I am a person who, for me to feel comfortable, I need to understand the boundaries. I just need to tell me what's going on. And Jaimee very much said, just trust the process. Just all of these little pieces are going to fit together.
Yeah.
And first of all, it's Spinabel wins, so of course all of the pieces are going to fit together.
Right.
And so he or she is telling me that I help her see, I see the finished picture, and she helps me to remember to see the pieces and parts.
Okay.
Nice.
I think that's one way of getting to know someone. I think it's good. I like to see their faults. Share your faults. Share your weaknesses. Because that just goes to show who you are as an individual, and whatever situation that comes up. We all have our weak sides, and a lot of people tend to cover it. And it's all smiles, or it's all something else.
Yeah, so that's been a blessing, though, because neither he or myself do anything about covering faults. It's like we roll with it. It's like, okay, you're having a moment, have your moment, and then let's just roll right on, shall we?
Yeah. Tracy said, Gerald, I have to say, seems to accept people in all ways, all that care, except all that carry not so nice of judgment. A wise guy. It's just like, you do you. I don't care. I'm just going to hold space. And I think, and Jaimee, I just love everything about her.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I'm very flawed, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean?
We are.
Yes, we are.
It's like you go to, let's say there's a date that you're going on or whatnot, no makeup, everyday casual clothes, because that's the way they're going to see me. Because then if I get dressed up, it'll be be a pleasant surprise. But yeah,
Right.
I don't like to edit videos, partly because I'm lazy, but also partly I don't have the time to do it as much as I would. And so I just, I tell people this is how it is. This is me. If you don't like this, if you don't like what's coming out, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's other people to communicate with. I go energy wise. And what I love about Gerald and Jaime, I know this is supposed to be more of a Q&A, is because they are forthright. They are direct. I've asked Gerald off channel sometimes because I pick up and I'm like, are you feeling okay? How are you feeling today? And then he would share to me, it's interesting you picked this up, something's going on, and we talk a little bit. But, I tell him, you got to move on, move forward from it. And then with Jaime, now knowing that she's an Aries, I love directness. I like, don't waste my time. Let's just get to the point and let's move on. And
Yeah,
I
it gets
learned
me in a
that.
lot of trouble. I guarantee you, it gets me in a lot of trouble.
But then you're finding the people who are accepting of you, and then the people who don't get you or they give you a hard time, they leave you alone. And if they challenge you, bring it on.
Yeah.
And so there's just no time for that. I don't like to belabor something that's just going back and forth. It's like, I told you, I'm done already. I'm done with
Right. I'm done already. Can we just
how many times do I have to say it?
Please
Right?
pay your bill.
Yeah.
This is one of those things, and I learned this when I was doing management training, is a lot of times people make the wrong assumption that they should wait to tell somebody what's going on until they have a better relationship with them. And it's just like and actually what you do is when you tell somebody right up front what you need or how they can work with you in a more authentic way, they know the type of relationship you have.
Right.
It's built on fact. And it's like with Jeffrey, I'm a hardcore extrovert. He's a hardcore introvert. He plays an extrovert at work. I play an introvert at home when he's not here, and those two cross paths. And I'm very aware of, oh, he's not done. He's not switched gears yet from work. And I will actually say, I need some of your attention just to hear me think out loud. And so it's just support. It's not problem solving. And so now that I know that about myself, it's helpful because then I can say, here's what I need. Let me know when you can do that. Or here's what I need and I can't wait. So I share that because it's just one of these things that is when you're really upfront with somebody and you are willing to tell them how things are, and you listen and engage the response they have for you, it deepens and solidifies the friendship really, really quickly. Really quickly.
Yeah, because there's an honesty about whatever the situation is or the interaction that you're having with that person. It's hard. It's harder though if we have the younger generation, and a lot of them are trying to they communicate in their own way, and so there are times where I feel I'm trying to reach out to some of these younger people, and they don't know where
I
to.
manage a whole crew of them. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then next thing you know, you have to pull out the whip and go, I told you this, what's the delay? What do you do not understand? I asked you to be open and you're not communicating. What is it? So that's where I have Aries in my charts. That's why with Jaime, the directness, I understand that. I can relate to it. It's just the approach of just being, for me, it's being a little bit more tactful. And It's in my chart, but not fully. I have.
I will learn it someday.
I'll teach you.
Someday.
Yeah, you have to. It's
I've
the
got a
time.
5-year calendar, Jamie. Do you want to put a deadline on it? Where we
No, because it's not a goal.
Oh, okay. I can mark that.
It'll just happen. It's not a goal.
Oh,
It'll be
okay.
spontaneous. I'll just make it happen. Oh my God. I have
What's
to
next?
sit with some of this. I'm sorry. Go on, Jamie.
No, what's next?
No, I was just like, there's just so much to process. So anyhow, okay. So you've learned. I'm learning more about the two of you right now. So I'm processing everything. So with that opening of, understanding of each other, if you were to,
Ooh, we're short circuiting her. Here, let's everybody take a sip. Everybody hydrate. It's important to hydrate.
my mind got overexpanded there. Hang on, I'm coming back. Releasing some of that air a little bit. No, let me just say it.
Ridiculous.
Massaging, thank you. I felt that, by the way. Thank you, Gerald.
Welcome.
Oh, it's a lotus. Look at that.
It
looks like a lotus.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Aimee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Spicy. Children, stop. Sandbox, stop. If you were to change one aspect of each other, what would it be?
That's not something I can answer because I honestly don't want to change anything about him.
Yeah.
I have no desire to, aloha, Jonathan. I have zero desire to change anything about him.
Okay.
I can answer what I would change about myself.
Okay.
Just based on who my parents were and what I learned and everything else. And that would be just to be nicer. I'm kind and I have compassion. It's more towards animals than it is towards people.
Yeah.
So probably to be nicer. I have a very short fuse for a bunch of BS. So that would probably be something that I would change about myself, or I'm actually trying to change about myself. But
I think Gerald can guide you with that. She's holding it back.
I also can't think of anything to change because I know both Jamie and I have there's a depth to ourselves that very few people know and understand. We may experience it. It's hard to articulate it. It's hard to put words to it.
Yeah.
So, actually, besides the tiny hands, Jamie,
I've accepted those. I don't like them, but it's.
Would you want bigger hands, Jamie?
What's that?
Would you want bigger hands instead of the smaller hands? No hands.
No.
I think for me, I would adjust I would change my my self-confidence level a bit.
More or less?
Oh, I would want more.
Okay.
Because yeah.
Why?
Because
he's absolutely amazing and masterful, and that's why.
More magician.
That's
more
right.
magic.
More magician. There you go. Do any of those come with a snort, by the way?
I don't know. You tell me.
No. It's just, I think a bit more confidence would help me accomplish more things.
Okay.
So I think sometimes I don't complete all projects that I have started. And those are, that's with they're not finished, so they're taking energy. So
do you think you're going to get back to that?
I am slowly, and part of it is limiting it, focusing on one thing rather than the 30,000 things. I mean, that's a slow day.
It's prioritizing.
Yes.
That's what's needed. And do you two write lists? Do you write lists when things are like overwhelming? Because I
Yeah.
see sometimes, Jaime, during the Q&As, you're writing off on the side. It could be
Mhm.
mental notes or something else, but it's like
Yeah.
she's keeping track of something.
So
Or work-wise.
I work 24/7. I'm never off the clock. And so if I see something that and this is my day off, but I'm never off. So if I
Yeah.
see something, that's what you see is me writing something down,
Okay.
so that I go back to it tonight when I do work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
do similar.
she is taking names and she's using a crayon.
Yeah.
Actually, that's something that we share, Aimee. We both love notebooks.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yes,
Ooh, that's a nice one.
it is.
So,
Do
yeah.
you keep separate notebooks though? You got a notebook or a journal for this, you got a notebook journal for that.
Sometimes they're all in one space, but yes.
Multiple journals in
Yep,
one.
that's what I
Yeah,
do.
this is the journal for when I talk with people regularly. I will take notes while we're chatting just to help me remember.
Interesting.
So,
That's a lot. That's a lot of diary work there.
Well, there's one for each person. So
Am I in there?
you're not yet.
Okay.
You want to be in there? Do you mind if I take notes while we talk?
Might as well.
What were you going to say, Jaime?
nothing. I do the same thing. I do the oh, what the hell do
We're
you
talking
call it?
fingers.
Come on. So, I mean,
Clicking fingers.
Oh, okay.
so that's one. But
Okay.
yeah, I have a lot of custom notebooks.
Okay, Tracy Ralph said, I actually think Jaime is drawn to Gerald's fun and freedom to be silly at times. It's something she struggles with, but intellectually they meet on common ground, I think.
I feel that. I have to, I feel, because you remember what I was saying, Jaime? I was saying that because you said you're very tough and whatnot. And that's what I was saying. I think maybe Gerald will have something that you could pick up from.
Oh yeah, but don't get me wrong. I'm not like
saying that
all
you're not fun. Yeah.
I got the heart of a marshmallow. My insides are puffed cream. So yeah, it's
Strawberry shortcake riding a
We'll go with food
unicorn
again.
I am
in
strawberry shortcake.
Farms field.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a pink kitchen. You bet.
Is it really pink?
No. But in Animal Crossing, it is. Yeah, no, I have to deal with people and very sick animals, whether it's wildlife or domestic, and you have to develop a thick skin about some things. So it's I'm not saying that I'm all tough because I'm not. I just look at things very pragmatically. So that takes a little bit of the fluff out of it, I guess.
Yeah. Makes it hard. Yep.
I'm still thinking. Give me a minute.
Okay. Peter J. Watts, this is again place to get Julie's book, #purchase responsibly, know your limits. And Spiritual Rain said, I love the idea of let's get to know you cards. That's wonderful. So intimate. It was a lot of fun creating those and writing them down. And I also have, when we run out of people who may want to ask us questions, I've got some other things in mind. Okay. So, and even, you know, we'll put it this way, Jeffrey's even helping with that. So, good. So there we go. And
I'm doing this Q&A intuitively because I'm just I'm feeling like where the energy is going and whatnot.
Steven said, great questions, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're really good questions. And Beth said, I hear that, Jaime. I used to be a journalist and we made tasteless jokes about everything to get through.
Oh, dude, you should hear us talk about death. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Because I mean, that's a large portion of what we do because we're mobile. So we have jokes that most people would be like, oh my gosh, but
you need that to clear the air, and because it also it's like ritual. It builds up. And Tracy said, don't get me wrong, I think they both have a great sense of humor. I sometimes forget where I put my sense of humor, but that's okay. I've got it today.
There's a time and a place for everything, you know.
Alice and Aries Girl Tarot did not get a notification. I'll be watching the replay. Hello, everyone. Well, did you like and subscribe? Because it's free.
Question. What is the heaviest? Okay, you say you've talked about death. Okay. What's the lightest topic that you've spoken about? Something that just brought so much joy when the two of you have been sharing space here. Let's see if you both come up with the same
Orange
answer.
chocolate coffee. And the drama of her favorite brand being discontinued. I mean,
of coffee?
Of coffee, yes. They discontinued it, and it was like you had short-circuited Jaime. I mean, and this was happening via text. And I was like going, oh my God. And I'm like going, Jeffrey, quick, we have to find this brand of,
they sent me a box.
It's not safe for the world. Get it.
Can you release the name of the brand?
Oh yeah, it's Bones Coffee, and their orange chocolate. They decided to retire it, and I had it on subscription to be delivered to my house every 2 weeks for several years, and then all of a sudden my coffee doesn't show up, and I'm like, so I go and I look, and it says, oh, I contact customer service. Oh well, yeah, we discontinued that, and it's like, well, yeah, could have let me know.
Wow.
So then I went buying it everywhere. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Then I went buying it everywhere I could find it. And then Gerald sent me a box. And then my sister sent me a box. And
God.
Well, and then it's things like, oh, and by the way, Amazon has some. And she's like, what?
Right in the live, I was like, oh, let me go look.
Let me mute. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
That's it. Jaime went berserk in a live about that coffee. I remember now.
Wow.
I was unhappy.
Yes.
You still have some?
Unhappy.
Do you still have any left?
I have some, yeah, from Gerald. It's in my freezer.
And this is the thing. She actually had to get a coffee grinder because they only had whole bean.
That won't stop anyone who has a love for something. It's like, I'll get the grinder, I'll get the cow if I have to, if I have to make it myself.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to tell them the most superficial thing that you and I've talked about?
Sure.
The fact that I own all of the white t-shirts ever made.
Ever.
White t-shirts.
I was folding a bunch of laundry and I'm like going, I have every single white undershirt ever. I mean, I was like going, when the hell why did I do this? I don't remember. It was just the stupidest thing. It was like, I mean, because I was folding them for days.
I'm at a complete loss. How did you come to the white t-shirts though?
Stupidity. I don't know.
It's not stupid. I'm just,
No,
family maybe? Trauma? Why?
Why? Ever, yes. And I had to step out for a minute. Hello again. What's the snort count? The snort count is 4.
I'm working on it.
No. We're not talking about that, Stephen. Undershirts, and
you still have them?
Actually, some are going to be donated. Some of the ones that are really old,
Okay,
With
so
the
let's
holes
just
in
stop
them.
him right there. The answer is yes.
I'm in the middle. Okay, you guys.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
Hashtag, yeah. So I don't know what you would say to that, Jamie. What would you say to that?
So what? That's the most superficial thing we've spoken about?
Well,
You
lightest.
did.
I
Oh.
say, what would you say to it?
I can't reveal that here.
Okay. That's a pass.
That's a pass.
Okay. Totally fine. Totally fine.
It is quite enjoyable. It involves a hashtag, but yes.
Okay. Now I'm curious.
I know, so am I. I'm like going, okay.
She will reveal it to you and no one else, Gerald. That's how it goes.
Oh, yeah, here you go. Future tense doesn't count.
I'm going to. Exactly so.
All right. You know, Beth gave it to me.
Beth gave it to you. She keeps it real.
Are there plans for you guys to meet up soon?
Soon? I spent a butt ton of money at the beginning of the year. I'm not going anywhere. My hot air balloon ride a couple of weeks ago was my big thing.
Okay.
And yeah, no. Will we? I have no doubt.
Yeah.
Do we have plans for it? No.
You should have taken the hot air balloon and go over to Gerald, man.
That would have been a fun landing.
So
few days.
you got to bring that thing down. And if you're going across country, you got to bring that thing down because you got to switch tanks. And let me tell you, landing's not like in the movies.
No.
And
But Gerald will figure out a way to get you down. It's like, I'm over here. I'm over the house.
Yeah, that balloon, it has a mind of its own. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she did send me a couple of really nice pictures too.
Where did you fly over?
So Central Oregon, Smith Rock Ranch is right in the middle of Oregon. And that's where they're based out of. And then we flew across basically the high desert with the Cascades in front of us.
Wow.
He is good with that fan. Mm-hmm.
That sounds wonderful.
Hot air balloons are so cool.
It was wonderful. I will do it again.
Julia Kusha Watts wants to be there when we see each other.
Yep.
So, and there's the hot air. Did you have hot air balloons near you, Aimee?
In New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Okay. Yeah, they have a big thing. Yeah. My brother goes every year.
I left before because my friend who I was staying with was showing me tons and tons of pictures of the hot air balloons. I'm like, okay, I've seen it.
You're done. And if you need an excursion, if you're in Connecticut, Sasha Graham is doing an event in Mystic at a bookstore July 1st from 1 to 3. Speaking excursions.
Mm-hmm.
Have you revealed, either one of you, what is your greatest fear?
Not specifically, but probably intrinsically he knows what that is. But I don't think that we've had like a specific conversation, but I think it's, I think we both know.
Okay. It's not death. I know it's not death. I don't think for you, Jamie.
No, it's my biggest fear.
Not that you have to reveal it. I'm just
No, I understand that. I get that. Yeah, no, I don't believe it's that. I think it's probably not with conversations with Gerald, but I would think in general it's about being forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would say that that's probably part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think one of my biggest fears is losing my sight.
Mm.
Both my physical sight and my spiritual sight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
So yeah.
Mine is, since we're truth or dare,
Please.
abandoned, because I'm adopted.
Mm,
So
Absolutely.
I did the conversation with, oh, integrative Satna
oh, I think I
years
saw
ago.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're both adoptees, and so we did a live about that, and
Mhm.
that was one of the things that we talked about is abandonment, and it comes in many different ways, you know.
Very much so.
Yeah, I won't go into it. So I've experienced it quite a few times in my life,
Mhm.
and and you think you get over it, but it's still, yeah, it's still like, but something's gone, you know,
Sure.
and it's just a matter of, you know, moving on from it, and somehow it's been very difficult to move on from that.
Mm-hmm. I will tell you how I know what that's like. Without revealing too much to the
Yeah.
whole wide world, but
Please.
I found out after both of my parents were gone that I have a sister that is 10 years older than me that found my mom when I was 22,
Mm.
again a few years later, but I did not know that she existed until what, 2 years ago now?
I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I feel all of those emotions that you're talking about, just in a different sense,
Yeah.
because I feel like I was robbed.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nobody to rail at. There's nobody to say, you know, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't you say something? Anything like that?
Yeah.
I
So I
think,
get it.
but I also feel that there's some things that they're probably best just to keep to yourself. You know, it's for you
Yes.
to deal with,
Right.
and
Yep.
and whatnot. So I'm not, when I ask that question, something that you feel comfortable that you could state that you have, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't bother me.
of,
Yeah.
because there's many different
Oh,
different
yeah.
layers
Of
Sure.
course.
that we have.
And to shift the energy a little bit, Steven said, my biggest fear is choking on a crayon.
Right.
Don't do it.
Don't do
That's
it. Yeah.
valid,
Don't
man.
do it. It's never a good sign.
No.
That's why there's a choking hazard information on it. And
Correct.
by the way, we are only at 4.
Okay. We're getting serious again, so it's you can't snort when you're serious.
Well, you can, and if that happens, it has to be done while Jamie's drinking a coffee. So burns when it
Don't
comes out of
want
her
that.
nose.
Then it comes out of her nose.
Yes, and then
That's so elegant, isn't it?
yes,
It's just beautiful.
Can you do that?
I use a neti pot. I imagine I can figure it out.
you don't use a neti pot with coffee, do you?
Well, I suppose if I wanted to mainline something, I could do it that way instead of IV, but sure.
Well, for Oracle is here. Hello, good to see
Oh,
you.
hi.
Good to see you.
Ooh.
Slow day on snorts.
Mm.
It's all
There's
right.
no need for her to have the coffee. She's being focused right
It's
now.
the crayon color. It doesn't taste very good.
It's blueberry. Do you have a coffee colored one? Maybe like a mocha or a tan?
Well, this is only the 24 crayons.
Okay.
This isn't the
primary colors.
Yeah, and well, for Oracle is waving hi to everybody.
Hi.
Good to see you. And there, see, Allison, it's cool, isn't it? Honesty and vulnerability here. So, I don't think I have a. No, they have exciting names like brown.
Blue, brown, orange, yellow.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah, it's the primary colors and the mixes that come from them to get to those 24 colors.
Yep.
That's what makes it.
So anyhow.
What's the funniest thing that's happened when you've done your live that you can remember? Unexpected.
So, I think they're always unexpected. That's the thing. Okay. We always get something amazing, I think, from every live. I know that there have been a couple where it's like I carry the warmth here, you know. Sitting down with Peter J. Watts was pretty groovy. Yeah, I mean, it's been fun.
Okay.
It's been fun.
Excellent.
Oh, Gerald going sideways.
That was hilarious. That I gotta props, Debbie. Totally.
Because my camera decided to go sideways and I couldn't fix it. And I'm like going, and then there was because for a long time I was doing everything on my iPad before my iPad decided to crap out on me. I was trying to highlight things because you had to touch it, and I was timing people out, and I timed somebody out, and I think I spent the next 5 minutes apologizing. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And Jamie is like going, please just come back on and let me know you're okay.
Yeah.
So
It didn't do anything. What's going on?
yeah. Wolfgar Oracle said the funniest thing for me on a live, my cat backed into my face once. Really embarrassing and completely deliberate action by the cat. Asshole, literally asshole.
Yeah. I love that.
Oh my God, I'd forgotten about going sideways. That's true.
It's not going to happen. You got a better camera, and things are secure.
Well, and my big thing is stop taking myself so dang seriously. This is YouTube. It's free.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, I'm not doing something appropriately.
Yeah. Don't do anything appropriate. Just don't.
Well, I try not to be inappropriately appropriate.
Or inappropriate.
I think we need the $100 for the detailed color names. I think you are right. Yeah.
Have the two of you thought about collaborating on a project of any sort?
Well, we are.
Besides this.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm making them. I'm doing the landscape quilt for her. It's a true collaboration. She knows about it. Okay. It's her photo. She's seen progress of it. So
yeah. And we've done many studies together on many different topics.
Okay.
And so yeah, we do. Yeah.
What's the challenging topic that you would like to take on next?
Oof. We're in the midst of the most challenging right now, so I can't even answer that. It's real sky right now.
It's astrology.
Yeah.
It's the astrology, because I don't know astrology.
You are knowing it, both of you. You're getting to know it.
We're getting to know it. And so it's also it's talking ourselves down from the ledge of, it's like, wait a minute, what? How does that work? And so part of it is, for me, it's okay because I don't have to unlearn anything new. Right. I don't have to unlearn things that are old. I know enough to be not even dangerous.
Yeah, but you know what's the funny thing though, Gerald, is that neither one of us have to unlearn anything, but if you want to learn something about it, it's damn difficult to find anything reliable on it, except for Julie.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, somebody needs to do a big ass book that's all the things, because it does not exist.
I'll show you one book.
And Wolfgar Oracle said our spirit team can be very silly sometimes, so why shouldn't we be? I agree with you.
Can you show up the book that you have, Jamie? Both of you?
You mean this one?
And but show me the pages towards the camera. So you do it sideways like this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so this is something here.
Which book is that? Tarot of the Holy Light.
Yes. I'm not going to do a plug or anything, but this is a series that Julianne, Victoria, and we worked on. And this book is 455 pages. And it deals with more of the traditional historic parts of astrology.
Mhm.
And there's a deck that goes with it. And the cover of it's like this. So when I was looking at the Real Sky Astrology, that's its own system. This Tarot of the Holy Light is sort of, it's a combination of systems. It forms the Kabbalah, alchemy, astrology, and the tarot all in one.
Is this the one that we were talking about doing, Jaime?
No.
I don't think so.
No, it's not that one, Gerald.
Tarot
Because
of the
you have
Spirit.
one of those books.
Tarot of the Spirit.
Yeah.
Tarot
Yeah.
of the Spirit is one. So, and we have a question from Beth. Aimee, does it deal with both Western and Vedic?
This one doesn't, Tarot of the Holy Light doesn't even deal with Vedic. It deals more with the traditional, like the historic forms of astrology when it first started. And so the decans that are in that deck, they're placed differently for each of the astrological signs. So that's another thing too with Real Sky Astrology, because it's its own system and the approach that's taking with astrology. Once you get that system down and you go to maybe a book or a deck like this or another deck that has astrology in it, it may confuse you a little bit more because it's taking its own approach, but it still incorporates the astrology, but from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's really heady, but this actually took us a year and a half to go through, and so we were very, very happy when we finished it. It was such.
Imagine it takes a lot to do these things.
Yeah.
So,
and I even reached out to Christine Payne Towler and I told her, it'd be nice if you can have a course, for this.
Oh yeah.
It's very intense, but anyhow.
Beth said, Jaime, don't you think Gerald is at an advantage not having knowledge in the first place?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think we both are.
Yeah. And Stephen said they need to do a tarot together, to tiny hands and tiny feet tarot. Oh, we are at 5. We have 5. There you go. And you can call it Book of Knowledge or Book of Shadows. True. And astrology is on Allison's bucket list. Okay. Jonathan's been thinking of doing Tarot of the Spirit, but starting Real Sky.
It's interesting because I've been seeing through YouTube and comments, and you, Gerald, specifically, can't get the head around astrology. It's like it's too complicated, and I'm just like, it isn't. It isn't. But
I don't necessarily find it like overly like crazy complicated. It's just, if you know nothing and you're coming from the base of knowing nothing, there's a lot to learn.
Yes.
And when you put astrology and astronomy back together where they began, as opposed to this shift where what you've been told your whole damn life, see, we're going to get started, is a lie. And then you have to peel that back and figure out those layers, right? And then figure out, it's
I think what I meant more is just the understanding of the planets and the signs.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah, no. I get that. I get that. I think that for me, starting in this place is because I know on an intuitive level and an intrinsic level that I have somebody that I can talk to about this, that knows, has a gazillion years of practice and history in place, that I can ask questions, you know what I mean? And then there's my friend Kelly and her friend Patrick, and that kind of thing. I do have that book pulled up though to take a look at.
There you go. And Tony is here and said,
Tony.
evening. Phew, that is some book. It's crazy system, Aimee. So, and Beth said, I find it confusing because of the differences in Western and Vedic.
That's just not even either.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and Wolfgar Dolly said, I have been using a deck called the astrology deck as flashcards to help me learn the astrology terms are. I'm looking for a basic book at the moment.
Yeah.
Basic book. There's one book. It's by what is it? The Parker's astrology book. It's really thick. I showed it to you last week off camera, Gerald. That big book. And it breaks down. If you type in Parker's astrology, it's thick, but it breaks down all the signs. That's the most recent book I got. And I'm only taking astrology to a certain degree because I'm still working it with tarot. And there's only so much you could do with the astrology and tarot. And at that point, if you want to take the astrology further, that's where the tarot becomes a little bit more secondary. And then you start going into doing charts and all of that. And that's a different realm. So I just want to kind of keep it within those two systems.
Sure.
Astrology and the tarot. So that's why I'm keeping it basic. I know you guys are going to get a hang of it, and then I can't wait to hear what you have to say and the experience that you're going to be gaining from this. And
either that or we'll both be bald by the time we're done. Facts.
There will be no pulling of the hair. None
Something
of that.
like that. Yeah. Wow. Astrology, where you can dive deeper and deeper and then yet again deeper, ever learning. And I mean, I love overcomplicating things. Totally love it. It's my gig. It's my gig. So yeah. Yes, Jaime. Yeah. And yeah, and Julie is here. Yeah, it's like, ooh, okay. Or we'll be bald.
Yeah.
I could be bald in a couple of seconds. I got a bald cap.
Well, you got great wigs too. I have a really great wig in my closet, but yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. So, but it's fun. But see, and there's the thing. It's the learning it. And then there's sometimes, as we've done deep dives on something, I have actually said, I have no idea what the F was said in this chapter. I don't explain this to me. I don't get it.
And you also need to have a good teacher. If someone, you can have like a topic that you're so excited about. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Gerald. It's one of those things that you got to have a good teacher. If they can't explain it properly, then forget it. It's just it's gonna lose your interest. You may not get the information, taught properly, and it's just then becomes.
I think that's the sign of a good teacher, is someone who can deliver information in multiple ways to help the students capture it and get them excited about it. Tony is actually going a few Parker astrology books on Google. Anyone in specific? Are you looking for that, Jaime? No? Okay.
It's called the astrology book.
There you go.
It's red and black, and it's hardcover, and they just have, I think the recent edition came out 3 years ago. They do have another edition that's out of print.
And Julie said the similarities between Vedic and real sky is only that Vedic is closer to the actual sky. The nuances are completely different. And I think this is one of those things that there's an appreciation about. There's a whole lot of there you go, Parker's astrology book. Found it on Amazon. Put it in my cart. So but I think this is the every system that all of the systems are valid. Just stick with it and do that. It's when you try to overlap things. It's like, apples and oranges, they're both fruit. But then you throw tomatoes in there and you're going, that's not a fruit. Well, it is actually, but still. So anyhow, I'll get off here.
I think it's just good to understand your soapbox. Wah, 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 wah.
I know somebody had to say it.
No, I think it's just good to understand, know both of those signs, what you were and what you are right now, astrology. I was once a Scorpio, now I'm Libra. I was once Taurus, I am now Aries. Got to understand both of those. I feel that still shapes.
Well, so back in the day, when long time ago, when I did the Enneagram and I went on several retreats and learning from Richard Rohr and stuff, and I'm going to use terminology that bothers some people. Get over it. That's your terminology. It doesn't offend me. So I'm not trying to offend you. Where, you have the 9 faces, the 9 pieces of the Enneagram, the 9 faces of God, right? So I think in all of this stuff, we're a little bit and piece of everything, right? Mm-hmm. It's just how much of this are you over how much of that?
Correct.
And so I think if you understand that you're part of the whole, mm-hmm. You have an advantage. Yeah. If you can understand that you're part of the bigger piece of pie, or the pie, yeah. As opposed to just one tiny slice, because that's not all you are, in my opinion.
Yeah. I also, go ahead.
I was just going to say, because we're made up of 4 elements. We're made up of earth, air, fire, water. Those signs are in the chart. It's just what Jaime was saying, what we have more of in our chart. Do we have a little bit more of the fire? Do we have a little bit more of the air, earth, so on and so forth? And then you have to balance it out.
Do you hear her?
I was an Aquarius, and I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah, because she's like, no. You are not doing this to me. I am having none of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think it's one of those things that I like learning about myself, because it's a great way to understand how I operate. Mm-hmm. I never try to use that as an excuse for my behavior.
Yeah, of course.
Bad behavior is still bad behavior. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I'll even use my big hand to do that. Stop being an idiot. Stop being mean to people, Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just the way I am. Well, then stop it.
Right.
It's like, quit it. So, okay.
I would be leave the space.
Yeah.
Time to move. Time to move on. But I think this is, again, I think it's going to be wonderful to see what's going to come up from it. And then you'll be like, oh, that's not like me. And you guys will be bouncing off of each other, maybe with the studies here. You'll be like, so what do you think? Do you think I should incorporate more of this and less of this? You got to be careful, too, when using astrology, because when I first started with the tarot, I was a little bit of astrology, and then I started moving into astrology. And I was almost guiding for a short period of time actions that I was doing based on the calendar and where the moon was and where the planets were, where they were aspecting. And so, I started thinking about that as time went on. I was like, what, that's not healthy, because I'm following something like this. And I was seeing results, but not the results where the planet placements were that should have made these things happen. So I'm like, what, I got to watch out for that, because I'm letting something that's printed on a chart, calendar or whatever, guide my life every single day. Mm-hmm. There are people who do that, and there are. Business, maybe business, I could see it, but I think for personal life, I would say just kind of be a little more cautious with that, because you have control of that. You got to take charge of your life, not a chart.
And Dolly it's the astrology Julia Parker.
Mm-hmm. Parker, correct. Yeah. Julia and Dara.
Cosmic Orphan wants to see a wig show.
I think we all do. I think we all should.
It's noted, duly noted.
Okay. Coming up soon.
Yeah. Do you have another question to ask us?
I know you're like tangents.
Tangents are good. I like a good tangent. So long as I use sunblock so it doesn't burn. Tan.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. It didn't even get a snort. It didn't even get half a snort. It didn't even get it got a wah, wah.
But you got Regina's attention.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh, wig show.
Yeah.
Oh, and Allison said, right, Amy, I kind of did that with numerology for a period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have any, since we're on the topic, obsessive issues? Sans coffee. Sans
Let's see,
coffee.
pens, notebooks, books, coffee, pouches.
You
rocks.
deal with organization in an interesting way. Okay.
Pencil
Yeah,
sharpeners.
pencils.
No, I mean any obsessions. I will do people's birth numerology and their tarot card as a way to get a first glimpse at them. I'll take somebody's birthday and
Mhm.
boil it down to their birth number. So,
And
bye, White Wolf Mother.
and how accurate has that been?
Freakishly accurate.
Mm.
It's been freakishly well, and Jeffrey and I did that also as we were working on for when we were scheduled to get married. We
Yes.
picked the date because of the numerology and the day of the week and the time. And then when we did it again in 2022, we picked the date because it matched numerically for
Mm.
us. So,
Mm.
bye,
That's
Plucky.
Mhm.
So
Do
I
you-
understand that. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, just don't let it be a routine.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
What about you, Jamie?
I already answered the question. What are you
What'd
talking
you
about?
say? I was ignoring you.
I'm sure you were. That's why there's replay.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just gonna which I have been, I'm just gonna like rest my head against the hand and just watch the TV, just the expressions, everything. Because there's a lot of, look how red you got, Gerald. Wow. There's a lot of button pushing. There's a lot of give and take. You guys are like the push me, pull me toys. You know, it's like, okay, I'll push you here. All right, I'll push you here.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one. Who is the more masculine, feminine energy between the two of you? Who has the more masculine or feminine energy between the two of you?
Define masculine.
Masculine is external energy, getting things done, forceful. I think, yeah.
Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And feminine, Gerald. Or
yeah,
okay.
I'm much more feminine.
And what can you do to balance those opposites?
What we do.
Mm-hmm. Like for you feeling.
No, that's the answer.
Oh,
what we do.
Okay.
Well, and sometimes I will pause long enough to actually switch it up. It's like, okay, what's the, this is my natural tendency. What, how can I press, pump the brakes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do some temperance to this and make sure that there's an appropriate balance, because nothing is ever one thing or another. It's always a mix. And sometimes that mix needs to be lopsided to fit the right.
Yeah. I mean, because sometimes I come in, I mean, legit as strawberry shortcake. I mean, that is no lie. That is the best. So they used to call me Snow White, where I work. I was the gatherer of all the little birds that needed help and this and that, Snow White. So it's not far off to call me strawberry shortcake. What's presented here is a portion of who I am, right? But that's also because you put on it's not a show because I'm not, that's not my, who I am, but you bring forward the extrovert to be able to have the conversation, to be able to answer, to be able to do the things, right? But if you were to see me, my husband says that I've never met a stranger, yet I am highly introverted.
Is that more of a protective nature, the introvertedness?
Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just who I am.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know.
I mean this. Wolfgang Oracle said I have a lot of masculine energy most of the time, but when the feminine energy comes out, it really comes out.
Mhm.
I want to see that, and I say that with love. And by the way we balance it is wigs.
Wait.
Wigs. Okay, so Tony asked a question. Numerological life path numbers, birth, etc. Does this change depending on your real sky? Nope. It's just your birth. It's the birthday.
The day itself.
Yep, the day itself. So
what are your birth path numbers? Do you know?
I am an 18-9.
Okay.
I'm a 211 something. I have multiple numbers because of my date of birth. So
okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm an 8.
Strength.
Solid number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Challenge, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Number is it?
So, okay. Well, we are almost at an hour and a half, and
sorry, I wanted to let this flow.
No,
I had to let it flow and just like
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Feel where the energy is coming from and just throwing questions based on the two.
I just I don't know. Do I have something going on? Do you have something going on? Anyhow, it doesn't matter. But okay. Oh, here you go. Wolf Girl said next time I go on a very feminine whim, I will video it. There you go. So yeah.
I feel a lot of color coming from her. From
Aries girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tall introvert, the hermit.
So all right. I'm not going to ask Jaime what you have coming up on your channel next because we know how that goes, everybody. What do you have coming up on your channel next, Aimee?
I think you this coming weekend.
Yes.
I'll put an announcement. We just confirmed it before going live. So 7:30 Pacific Daylight Time, 10:30 Eastern. I'm going to share space with Gerald. He's going to come over to my channel and we're going to do just not too late, but late night readings with pajamas. I do not know yet. You have to stick around and see what we're going to do.
Basically,
suit,
like
maybe
subscribe and you'll see.
Yeah. But I have a feeling Gerald will pull a surprise.
No pressure. Thursday, I have Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club at 2 p.m. Eastern. And Richie Longman Tarot is going to be with Angela Cartomancy Mesquite and Purple Elephant Dub H. So,
excellent.
And I'm glad you were here as well.
Yeah, me too.
So,
thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Yes, wigs. A lot of call for wigs.
I think you got it.
That was a snort. So that ended up with snorts. Thanks, everybody. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.